Cingari here with Brad, One Punch Pickett. Brad, you've got a big fight coming up on UFC on Fox Sports 1 against Micheal McDonald. What's the game plan then?
In this fight, obviously, in the UFC, you get to fight guys tend to be good in all areas, especially in my weight class. So my game plan to go into this fight is basically not to try and just do one thing. I think I fight a lot better when I mix things up, when I go have stand up and takedowns, go on the floor. So my game plan is to push pace and make it an MMA fight, and I think I fight a lot better when I do that.
I read that you have been quoted specifically saying that you think you have a better chin than McDonald. Tell me about that.
I'm not saying I've got a better chin than him. I just know that my chin's been tested, you know.
Okay.
I've been hit hard and I could take a punch. You know, he hasn't really been hit hard, so I'm not saying he hasn't got a chin. I just don't think he's been tested. So my plan is going to the fight and try and test it and see if he's got a legitimate chin. Not saying that I can't get knocked out. It's sports to sport. You know, anything can happen. But I just know that my style, I'm used to getting hit a bit, so I could take a bit of damage to dish out damage, and that's what I like doing.
It looks like you guys are pretty evenly matched style-wise. Will you look to keep the fight standing then?
Like going back to the previous question, it's like the fight starts standing up. I like standing up. The fans like standing up. So yes, I will do that. But also me personally, I like to mix things up a bit. So yeah, I will probably, you know, if he tries to take me down, defend takedowns, you know, try and take him down, go on the floor a little. I fight for every moment of the fight. So depending on how I feel the fight's going is depending on what I do.
You campaigned heavily to get this fight with him. Why McDonald?
Well, it's just that I've had a lot of tough fights within the UFC, but everyone who I've fought has been ranked below me at the time. I know I fought Henan Barao and stuff like that, but Henan Barao obviously now is the interim champion, but when I fought him, he was ranked below me. No one knew about him. So like I've always had people who can leapfrog me. As in my last fight against Mike Easton, he's ranked number 9, I'm number 5. He beats me, he goes above me. If I beat him, I stay where I am. So I just wanted to have a chance to fight someone ranked above me to maybe give me a chance to move up the ladder a little bit. And that's why I asked for McDonald. Not because they're like, oh, I want to, you know, I'm never that guy. I don't dislike anyone within the sport. At the end of the day, it's my job, you know. I'm just trying to get involved in fights for me that make sense. And for me, I think stylistically, we'll put on a good fight.
Any extra pressure for you considering that this is the first card on Fox Sports 1?
To be honest, no, not really, because I'm not really American, so I don't know too much about the channels, you know. So for me, it could be Fox Sport 1, Fox Sport 99.
You don't care. You're just going to get in there and knock the heck out of
it. It
him.
could be Cat Fox, Fox Cat, whatever. I don't care what channel it's on, as long as I'm fighting, you know. And I'm happy it's to be televised, where people get to see my fight. So obviously, you know, that's good. You know, it helps me sponsor-wise as well, being on TV. So, you know, yeah, I'm just glad to be fighting in the UFC and being on TV.
Thinking ahead to maybe your next opponent, anybody you want to call out?
That's a dangerous game, but some people do that. I don't like really doing that. I know, like I say, I called out McDonald. I didn't call out McDonald. I asked for that fight. But then also, I asked for that fight after my fight because things can happen, you know. If I win against Micheal McDonald, I go in one direction. If I lose to him, I go in a different direction. So for me, it completely depends how that fight goes to which direction I go. So if I beat him, I want to fight someone yet again higher. If I get beat by him, I have to look behind me, you know.
I understand you also have something, well, let's say it'll be life-changing coming up. Would you like to share that with our viewers?
Yeah, as in obviously some people know that I'm actually, after this fight, I'm getting married in September. That's why I really wanted to fight before I got married, because a lot of people wanted me to fight in the card in England, in Manchester, which would have been cool. I'd love to fight in Manchester, I'd love to fight in England, but I couldn't get ready for that fight. We get married in September. That's why I tried to get on a fight earlier, which UFC helped me out a lot, get me in on this card, you know. And yeah, so I'm making an honest woman of Sarah. Yeah, I've been going out with
Sarah!
I've been going out for 8 years, and to be honest, I know a lot of people say this sort of stuff, but she has been a massive part of my career. She's helped me. Like right now, we're getting married in a month or so, and I'm away for 8 weeks training in America. She's a very understanding woman, and you know, that's why I decided to tie the knot.
You're gonna make me blush. That's nice. Where are you going on your honeymoon?
We're going on a leopard safari in Sri Lanka, and then from there, after a week, we're going to the Maldives for a week.
A leopard safari in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Considering you One Punch Pickett, that does not surprise me. That sounds like a fun trip. I wish you good luck on your fight. Thank you so much for your time.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
A safari, I like that.